everyone, welcome back to Let's Overthink Final Fantasy X with Beth of Fake Geek Girls Game. Sorry the vacation lasted a little longer than expected, but I came down with a really obnoxious cold, and you deserve better than to hear me hacking into the microphone. We're back on schedule now, and having cutscenes happen at us.
Satisfied?
What do you mean?
Those who turned from Yevon died, while the faithful live on.
The past 10 years have changed you, I see.
Auron was a lot more naive and trusting in the Yevonite clergy when he was alive. Funny story, horrific betrayals sometimes cause people to be embittered. Go away.
But now, more than ever, you must be the people's strength.
Go away, Seymour. Nobody likes you.
Anyone else would be expected to show their sorrow. But you are a summoner. You are Spira's hope.
He has a way of leveraging the truth into horrible, horrible things. And I hate him. He's awful.
Yes. I understand.
Are you afraid? Yuna, take me as your pillar of strength. As Yunalesca had her Lord Zayon.
PSA, if a guy starts comparing the two of you to historical / mythical married couples before you're even dating, run away. It's bad news, a bad scene. He's not going to be good for you. And he is moving way too fast. Of course, in this case, Seymour is moving way too fast because he only has so much time before Yuna dies horribly and kind of has an itinerary here. Here are some corpses.
You can't ignore the teachings.
Now, can I get up here? No. I can't get up here yet. This is the way back to Luca. Yeah, the Crusaders, who were a bit too independent for centralized Yevonite government's taste, are now devastated. But I found a high potion.
Sin is checked.
Yeah. For a while there, I thought I could feel him. But that doesn't mean I believe you.
What you're saying is true, but I don't
Sin
believe
is
you or
checked.
anything.
He came here for you.
Pouty golden retriever
So he
face.
killed all those people just for a chance to see me?
That's what Sin does. He wanted to show that to you. Do you know why?
How am I supposed
Understanding my dad,
So you would kill him.
never really been an
As long as he
effective
is Sin,
activity.
Jecht will keep killing. He wants you to stop him.
to know? You gotta be kidding. How do you know all of this anyway?
Because dreams and the
I'm
dead
not done talking to you. Don't you run away!
have a kind of
You're the one running.
mild psychic thing going on. And because in some ways he knows Jecht a lot better than Tidus did. In other ways, Tidus knows Jecht better than Auron ever will. People. Oh hey, it's Shalenda, she's alive.
Are you alright?
I could ask you for healing, but I
Thank you.
just saved.
Yeah.
So save that for somebody who actually needs it.
Hey, you two. Hurry up.
She's awfully cheerful.
Did you miss what Seymour just said to her? Of course she's going to act cheerful.
In dark times, she must be. She must shine bright.
Whoa, Kamari talking.
Now our
It's
dark times,
serious.
Yuna tries hard.
We should help her then.
If we worry, she tries harder. Do not frown.
Don't worry, be happy.
Kimari, try too.
Smile, let me see.
It turns out cat faces are not really meant for human type smiles. He can cat smile, but not human smile. So, Operation Mihen, am I right? We're on the high road. We're gonna just talk to everybody because they all have stuff for us. And then... So this operation was basically designed and encouraged by Keenock on the grounds that it was going to fail. On the assumption that it would fail, and then everybody would die or come back to the fold. All these people who are getting uncomfortably independent ideas. So it was just one big setup. And Auron sees that because both he knows by now how Yevon operates, and because he's just overall embittered, and he knows Keenock. Remember, they knew each other 10 years ago. And I think Auron still harbors a certain kind of bizarre affection. Come on. Ha! I can do it. See? I can totally get it right. And I immediately learned something else that I can use to not get it right. So these guys are great. They will turn you into stone. Or at least they will try. As you can see, they're not very effective. But they drop ability spheres, which are important, because remember, I did a bunch of leveling just to have enough to get me through that last push, without having to hold off on learning new abilities. And you can steal petrify grenades from them, which can be used to give armor stone proof later on when you get armor modification. And Kimari can learn a new overdrive, thus filling up his gauge, which happens automatically whenever he learns something new. Ability spheres. Stone ward is not all that great. I gave Yuna the ring that I was given because it has stone proof. Means 100% not going to get turned to stone. The basilisks don't have great accuracy with petrify to begin with. So it's not really worth losing other stuff that could be on your...
That's how it's done.
What's it? On your armor. Now where is... There it is. I knew there was an Albed Primer here. I was just hoping that I hadn't already walked past it. So Operation Mihen was all this big religious/military shell game designed to traumatize a bunch of people into returning to religious orthodoxy. It says most of what you need to know about Keenock in particular and Yevon in general, that the huge casualties were not considered prohibitive. I mean, yeah, a bunch of people will die, but it'll be politically expedient. And that's what really matters, isn't it? Of course it is. And then in the meanwhile, Seymour is starting his all-out assault on Yuna's virtue. Well, that's not quite right. Yuna still has plenty of virtue, but you know what I mean. It's a turn of phrase. With statements like, "Let us be like the ancient dead married couple of fame and legend." Creepy. Super creepy. Of course, this is because what he wants is, ironically, to become her guardian or in some way supplant her other guardians so that he becomes her final Aeon. And the easiest way to do that is to be the person that she cares for the most. Not exactly a reliable course of action, as it will prove, because humans and their human emotions. But if you really want to destroy all of reality, I guess there are worse ways to go about it, theoretically. Like,
Well then, what next?
as you can see, the monsters here are really not that tough, especially if you have a if you have that stone-proof ring for Yuna, then she can assume anybody who does get petrified. Wow, she just found a mega potion lying on the battlefield, presumably failing to save somebody's life. That's... Where does everybody else have all these mega potions and not me? And watch me completely fail to get Tidus' overdrive on the first try, or even the second or third try. But that's what Slice and Dice looks like. It's a bunch of fairly weak attacks. But they can do a lot of damage added together. Haha! No sleep for most of us. The Josei High Road to the temple is really quite short.
How much longer till Xanarkand?
Are we there yet?
Still a ways.
First down the moonflow to the Guado city of Guadosalam. Then we cross the Thunder Plains to the Temple of Makalania.
Oh, boy.
And before that, we get to pray at the temple in Josei.
We can't just skip all that, can we? Huh?
Well, starting from Besaid, it's not even that much out of your way. It's like you have to go all the way up the continent anyhow. You might as well stop off at all the temples while you're there.
Get ready for the final summoning.
Must be tough, Yuna.
I'll be fine with you here.
And on that note, I'll see you next time for Josei Temple.